Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again, and today we're here for a Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 38. We got justice for Hop, man. Justice for Hop. We slid for Hop. Okay, we got Hopper back, man. I'm so happy. I love the boy. I love him. He was so cute coming back. I love him. We got the other Kimmys back too. Everything's great, man. It ain't over yet because Gigas is out there waiting, plotting, scheming, ready to just take over the world. He's literally like the bully that beats you up after school and be like, I understand your pain, man. I feel you, man. He will literally, while you're laying there all beat up and he just empathizes with your pain. Screw that guy, okay? Gigas is a dick, okay? I don't care how philosophical his voice is. He's a douchebag. But my rant's over, okay? My rant's over. This episode was great. I got some nitpicks in it that I just didn't understand. We do find out that the digi egg that was inside of Ichinose this whole time has like been with him this whole time. It was basically inside of the Gotchard driver technically, and it is the 101 Kimmy. Like it's like a Kimmy that goes beyond regular numbers of Kimmys. It's like the most powerful Kimmy. And are there any more of these? Are there any more of these really powerful Kimmys of his stature? Because we know that there are really powerful Kimmys all over the world. But this Kimmy is named Gun, and he is basically like a little dragon. I think he's a dragon or a dinosaur or something like that. And he's inside of Ichinose and they have a conversation. But in the rest of the episode, we did see that when Ichinose got put inside of his egg, we see that, you know, Minato and Kyoto kind of put two and two together and been like, yeah, this has to be the 101 Kimmy. Like, we kind of suspected that like his power was like inside of Ichinose somewhere. And I'm like, when did y'all deduce that? Like, when did y'all come up with that? Like, when did y'all have that conversation about that? Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, when did y'all talk about that? You know, like no one really had like a real reaction to this whole egg thing, except for when Ichinose got saved by him at a point. But other than that, like, when did they come up with that? When did they deduce that conclusion? But yeah, but we did see that Kudo kind of blamed herself for what happened to Ichinose and what happened to Hopper and things like that. And, you know, she kind of goes into her own little slump. We see that Renge kind of gives her that motivational speech, you know, kind of get her back up there. We see that Gigas does tell Spanner that his power comes from him. Like, you know, you inherited your power from me, and you know, he kind of invites Spanner to join him, which was wild. Like the black flames that he has, and he inherited it from Gigas. So does that mean like Ichinose got some amalgam blood within him somewhere? Because Gigas is amalgam, right? He's is he amalgam? Like, you know, like he just inherited his powers from that. I'm like, I kind of want to know how that happened. But yeah, just a bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff was dumped onto us, and it's just like stuff that they're probably not gonna go into. But I kind of want to know how, you know, Spanner inherited this power from Gigas, because that it kind of doesn't make sense. But yeah, and we did see that Ichinose is inside of this egg, and he's talking to Gun, and Gun basically tells him, he's like, you know, being inside this place is just like being inside of a Kimmy card, and he has seen everything that Ichinose has been through up until now. And he tells him that there really isn't a reason to go out there and fight. Like, you can stay in here forever. And he's inside like this black void talking to Gun, the egg, and we see that Ichinose basically has like the power to like create whatever he wants inside of this like space, and he creates like a situation where like his mom is there and she makes him an omelet and things like that. And you know, I'm just sitting here like, you know, you doing all this while everybody's like they're fighting, and you know, like you sitting here chilling eating an omelet, and yeah, everybody's outside this egg like fighting stuff. And we did see that Sabimaru and Minato, they do find the egg. Like it was really easy to find Ichinose, but they find the egg and they start scanning it. They tell Kyoto like, is Ichinose inside of it? Like, how do we get in it and stuff like that? They say, oh well, it's like interfering with the system and stuff. I can't like get in it unless like somebody breaks in through it or somebody breaks out of it. So yeah, we see Kudo and Spanner are fighting this new amalgam that Gigas has created. And he basically grabs 5 different chemis from 5 different parts of the world and fuses them together instantly into amalgam. And this is by far, like, I think maybe the most chemis we've ever seen inside of amalgam, or you know, have been turned into amalgam. Because technically in this series we have 3 different types of amalgam, and maybe 3 or 4, but yeah, there's a lot of different types of amalgam technically. And he grabbed like 4 or 5. He grabbed 5 chemis from 5 different parts of the world, fused them together, created amalgam, and then made that amalgam fight Spanner. And Spanner's having a hard time with this thing. He rider kicks it. I'm just like, man, it sucks. And then that's when Renge comes in and she helps him fight this thing. But yeah, we see that Ichinose is inside of this egg, and he's talking to Gun, and we see that Ichinose ends up making a whole new omelet, gives it to Gun, and him and Gun have this like talk about, you know, if we could, you know, the outside world, I gotta get back there. I know it's sad and stuff like that. And I'm glad Ichinose acknowledged this. I'm just like, he said, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go home, man. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go help my friends type thing. And Gun is like, why? Like, there's really no reason to go out there. Like, and then Gun, and he tells Gun, like, I know the world is sad and scary sometimes, but it can be really nice and happy and pleasurable and stuff too. And Gun's like, you know, I don't. He does even tell Ichinose that I don't have a name or anything like that. You know, I'm not even born yet, which is weird because we see him eat in this episode. All they did was just take the little egg prop, and like just smash it into the food to make it look like he ate Ichinose's, you know, omelet. And I was like, why did y'all do that? Y'all could have waited until after, you know, till he got his actual little baby dragon form or whatever. But y'all just took the prop and just rubbed it into the food. It was just food all over it. And then, you know, but Egg basically talks about how like he doesn't want to go out there in the real world. He's seeing how so many chemis have been hurt and so many chemis have been used, and he feels like he's like, I don't want to be used like that. I don't want to turn to amalgam. You know, I'm scared to go. And Ichinose is like, look, man, if we go back, we can save everybody, and I'll protect you. Okay, we can go back together. Let's do it. And yeah, we see that Gigas is trying to break inside of the egg after he fought, you know, Spanner, that he made the amalgam, and that he made Spanner fight the amalgam. And then that's when Renge comes in and helps Spanner fight this amalgam. And then Gigas does the whole stage change bull crap that he's able to do. And they're still fighting this amalgam, but they're still having a hard time with it because remember, it's 5 amalgams all put into one. But yeah, so he's still inside the egg with Gun, and they decide to leave together. And we see that Gigas is trying to break into the egg, but then he breaks out of the egg. We see Ichinose breaks out of the egg and blows him away, and you know, comes out like this big rainbow and ends up, you know, stopping the rain and stuff like that in this episode. It was he had like full on like affecting the weather type of power, which, you know, most ultimate forms have like this giga level of power to the point where they're able to affect nature on Earth and things like that. But yeah, so he blows back Gigas, and then he breaks out, and Gigas doesn't see him in this form, but you know, he sees that Gigas is like resisting. Like he sees that like Gun is like resisting him, doesn't want to go back with him, stuff like that. So end up breaking out, we see that Ichinose is like, dope. Like they he ends up saving Spanner and saves Spanner and Kudo, because they were fighting the thing and they couldn't beat it, and he comes out of the egg and he's holding the DG egg, like he's holding Gun, like now that he's like out of his body and stuff, and he was like, hey, y'all just leave it to us. He ends up henching up and transforming into Rainbow Gotchard, which was a long freaking process. I know though, those new forms and stuff like that, new form episodes where you go through the whole sequence of transformation and stuff, like that's what he did, but it was long, but it was really, really good. It was a really, really good henshin sound. I loved it, especially Gun. I like Gun. I was like, hey man, listen, I know we got another talking Kimmy small companion here or whatever, but look, you will never replace Hopper, okay? Never. Even when we see like a lot of writers, when they get their ultimate form, they have like the power to like reality warp and stuff like that, and we see that Ichinose uses that power basically, and like reality manipulates and stuff and brings all the dead Kimmys back to life, brings back Skibbo and brings back Ant Trooper, and also brings back Hopper. So yeah, man, I'm like, he's able to do that, and then he's up fighting Amalgam, beating the crap out of Amalgam, and then actually getting 5 new Kimmy cards that we're most likely not going to see be used like that. I hope so, because there's like there's a wolf, there's a dragon, stuff like that. So I'm like, and a genie, like I'm ready to see what can these Kimmys do. And after we see him still fighting Amalgam, he ends up defeating Amalgam, and after defeating Amalgam, he gets all the Kimmys back, brings the Kimmys back to life, saves the other Kimmys that was being held by Gigas, and then everything kind of ends right there with a beautiful sunshine and everybody happy and smiling and things like that. And next episode seems like it's gonna be a freaking doozy, because seems like Rainbow Gotchard can actually summon like shadow Kamen Riders, or clones, and whatever clone he summons is able to transform into that particular form or whatever. So I'm really looking forward to that. Could probably pull a page out of Decade's book where he summons another rider to help him, but this time Gotchard summons another rider to help him, plus that rider is himself in a form that he has achieved earlier in the show. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm kind of seeing how that's gonna work. I'm still really, really liking Platinum. I love Platinum Gotchard. Rainbow Gotchard looks cool and everything like that. Especially his rider kick was dope. Right in time for Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everybody. But yeah, like Rainbow Gotchard is cool. I think the shoulder pads are a little bit too big, but that's really my only nitpick. Everything kind of comes in kind of together nicely and stuff like that. But Rainbow Gotchard is not better than Platinum Gotchard. I'm sorry. I just like white and gold suits more than anything else. So you got it. But other than that, this episode was really good. I mean, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say really good. I understood it, and it was kind of. It was straight to the point the whole episode, and I like that. I like that a lot. We get straight to the point and everything. But I still want to know I still want to know about freaking Kyoto and Minato talking about, say, hey, we thought about this a while back. When? I want to know when y'all did that. I want to know how y'all did that. I want to know the count. Like, it was so weird. But and also Spanner, who's the one that's like inherited like Gigas' power, the Black Flames. I feel like Spanner should be way stronger than that. I mean, I know he's a secondary rider. He's gonna get his butt kicked the majority of the time, but man, I kind of want to see how he got the inherited of these freaking powers. But yeah, man. Also, Ichinose actually learns that freaking alchemy is just like cooking. So I guess he's got better at alchemy in this episode as well. We're gonna see how far that goes. But yeah, this episode, it was cool. debut of brand new form. Debut of brand new form is always one of those things that's just like always, it never gets old. Like everybody loves the debut of a new form, or a sixth, or a new rider, or a sixth ranger, or seventh ranger, or something like that. But yeah, guys, you guys never know down in the comment section below what you guys think about episode 38 of Kamen Rider Gotchard. Do you like it? Do you hate it? How do you feel about Nejigon? Because that's what he called himself when he hatched out of the egg. How do you feel about the little guy? How you feel about Hopper being back? You know, stuff like that. Like, what do you think Gigas' real next plan is? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. Love you guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, stay Henshin.